He drilled it in to me that you have to invest at age 18, as early as you can, 19, as early as you can, and I never did. I did this year. Nerds.
I'm saying.
Thanks, Dad. Hey, we start in Western Canada. We're obviously talking about the wildfires that are burning in British Columbia. We've got our satellite image right here, and you can see there's Williams Lake there, a community we're speaking a lot about. And just to give you perspective for some of the surrounding areas, how far away it is, you can see that smoke moving all the way into Alberta as well. And so that has significantly reduced air quality across a number of communities in the program as we head into the next half hour. So right now, I want to give Eastern Canada the details for today. There are some showers to be concerned about, some pockets of rather heavy rain, particularly into northwest Ontario. That's coming from southern Manitoba, and that will really amplify through the day today, picking up by the time we head into this evening. There's also the risk of some scattered showers as we head across portions of northern Ontario through the south as well, and then into Quebec. We likely will see the development of some showers or thunderstorms. But it's this pocket of rain that'll slide through the northwest as we head into this evening that's going to really put a damper to the end of the day. This prompts an unsettled forecast across the Great Lakes as we head into Wednesday morning as well. Widespread showers across many communities through Wednesday afternoon with the risk of thunderstorm. That'll then slide overnight Wednesday into Thursday through southern Quebec and then eventually into the Maritimes. This is mid-morning on Thursday, and you see a rather wet forecast. Nova Scotia, you kind of get the brunt of it through much of Thursday into Thursday afternoon. Here's where we're at this morning. Into the Maritime provinces, we're starting off with some fog and some showers around New Brunswick, and you can see a lot of cloud through Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia as well. This won't last all day. Into the afternoon, there is the likelihood of some more sunshine in some areas, inland New Brunswick, for example. Nova Scotia, you stay fairly cloudy today, but temperatures in the mid-20s, and up towards Newfoundland, pockets of sunshine anywhere between about 17 and 26, depending on where you are. For Quebec, we've got some showers in the central region of the province this morning. This afternoon, the further south you are, the more sunshine you get, but there is the risk of showers or thunderstorms for many major communities, including Montreal, Sherbrooke, and up towards Quebec City. Southern Ontario under a dense fog advisory for all areas in the gray. There's a lot of moisture in the air this morning. That fog will persist for the next couple of hours. It is reducing visibility. Once it dissipates, we'll see more sunshine in the south, temperatures in the high 20s with the risk of some regional afternoon showers and thunderstorms. But it's really that rain up towards the far northwest that moves in later on this afternoon through Red Lake and Thunder Bay that keeps it a lot cooler. Eastern Canada, that's your forecast. Coming up, we'll detail the fires in the west, plus where the heat is today. Now here's a look at your look. Now we start in Western Canada, and we're actually picking it up on satellite. And that's quite unusual to see this early in the morning because obviously when it's darker out, it's harder to get a clear image. But this is a blended infrared and visible satellite image, and you can see from into the interior that smoke traveling into Alberta. Now, some of the rain we have falling in Alberta this morning will help improve the air quality on the eastern side of the boundary, but this is coming with lightning this morning. We've got thunderstorms in the northern foothills. There are widespread air quality advisories for all areas in the blue because of that reduced air quality. There is a high amount of particulate matter in the air, and if you do have a respiratory illness, you'll likely want to stay inside if it's possible to do so. Obviously, in BC, where there are widespread evacuations, we are seeing that necessarily wouldn't be the case. Coming up through the program, we'll detail more about the British Columbia forecast, plus what else is going on in the west. Right now, we head over to the Atlantic coast, where we're seeing generally clear sky in Newfoundland, much more cloud this morning over towards the Maritime provinces, and some showers to start us off as well. Now, the showers and fog we have in through New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, that won't last all day. More sunshine later on, but Yarmouth, you can expect a more drizzly forecast. Fredericton, you do have a risk of thunderstorm as well heading into the afternoon, but cloudy today in Halifax. Charlottetown, you can expect partly cloudy conditions, and then variable cloudiness up towards Newfoundland as well. Central Quebec in through portions of northern Ontario dealing with some rain already this morning. That's pretty indicative of what we'll see later on today as well. The further south you go, the more sunshine you have in your forecast, but Montreal, I am giving you a risk of showers later on, plus likely we'll see the development of some thunderstorms, a repeat almost of yesterday through the eastern townships. Southern Ontario, there's been so much moisture over the last couple of days, so that has prompted overnight fog. It's rather patchy, but where the patches exist, they're quite dense. So visibility has been reduced in areas around the city of Toronto and then extending all the way down to the southwest as well. Watch out for that fog this morning. As the air temperature warms up, the relative humidity will drop, and those fog advisories will likely be dropped as well as the fog dissipates. Slightly picking it up on our satellite picture, but otherwise fairly quiet to start us off. Into the afternoon, we'll likely see scattered showers and thunderstorms, but not enough to cancel your plans. They're pretty widespread. 28 today in the city of Toronto, 27 in Ottawa. Further north, Thunder Bay, you've got some pretty hefty rain on deck for later on further south. But now we're seeing that extension into Alberta as well as the winds shift to northeasterly, driving that smoke from the interior of BC over the Rockies into Alberta. Now, communities closer to the boundary will likely see that reduced air quality right through the day today. East of the Rockies and east of the foothills, that's where some rain this morning is going to help improve the quality of the air in Alberta, but it's coming along with some lightning this morning. We do have thunderstorms raging from west of Edmonton down to north of Calgary, and they're rather slow moving. They're just kind of holding steady over portions of Highway 2 in between about Calgary and Red Deer. So keeping that in mind, we'll update you through the program about the status of those fires and where the smoke is headed over the next couple of days. For now, we're talking rain in BC because that's what everyone's asking. When is rain going to happen? You hear us talking a lot about Williams Lake. There's the community there. And you notice over the next couple of days, we get showers scattered around Williams Lake, generally north of the community and then into Alberta as well, but hardly anything reaching its way further south. And that's really where we need not just a little bit of rain, a whole lot of rain. It's not in the forecast over the next couple of days. Where we are seeing a ton of rain this morning is in through southern Manitoba. We've got a rather slow-moving system also in southern Saskatchewan that is dropping significant amounts of rain. Now, heading into later today, we do have a risk of some thunderstorms in the prairies. We'll detail where coming up in the next half hour. Right now, in eastern Canada, we've got some showers over the maritime provinces and fog as well. That'll give way to more sunshine later on. In southern Ontario, fog is a concern across the Great Lakes this morning. Patchy reduced visibility, so keep that in mind. It likely could be a bit tough to see depending on where you are. Now, this unsettled forecast continues in the east later on. That heavy rain in southern Manitoba moves into the far northwest and then sets eventually southern Ontario up for a rather